live in the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store. Between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway in Southern California. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Herbert to throw right away. And the Raiders have got him. So an early wake-up call there leads to a quick 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert, he'll get this out wide to Eckler. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's caught, Smith. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Here we go on 4th. Herbert. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he is going to have the Chargers first down. It's a gain of 12 on 4th.
And the Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Smith catches left side. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 36-yard line.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The Chargers had 11-5 on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Here's Herbert. This is caught. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. 3rd and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. Eckler. Touchdown, Chargers. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. There he goes, left side. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Raiders. Well, there you go. They gave up a score to start the game, and as quick as they could get it back, they did on the return.
And people talk about this all the time, whether you're coaching it, whether you're trying to work on it, whether you're just trying to put in the minds of your players. Attack back as fast as you can after giving up a score. No quicker way than on a kick return.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside to see everyone else having fun.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Max Crosby, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Herbert. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power, but not a ton to show for it. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now Murray. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Murray now. Flush to his right. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. They'll give it to Mixon, and he is going to lose yardage here. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. To throw is Murray. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season, and the Raiders have moved out in front. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
14, Chargers 7.
is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And this late season game, of course, not lacking for drama when you talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, in a sense, it's the haves versus the have-nots because this group on offense,
taking it right down Broadway. The 20. Touchdown, L.A. Boy, I got to say, I don't know how he made it all the way to the end zone without going down. What a run.
Absolutely incredible that was because defensively, you're taught to break down, wrap up. But in this case, he didn't really allow it. And really, no one was able to slow him down enough for the extra help to get there. He just kept getting out of tackles all the way downfield and found the end zone.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking,
it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Raiders. Andy Isabella, 81 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14.
Chargers 14.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
At the 30-yard line.
We are in for a good one as we're through one. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Draw play. It's Eckler. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 112 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. It's Eckler again. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. A gain of 5. It's 4th down.
They'll run for it with Eckler. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So a chance to breathe easier now. 1st and 10 after the 4th down conversion. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. 2 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Herbert now. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Running on first down, Eckler. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain.
Herbert off of play action. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 30.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Eckler now between the tackles, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll leave it with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Third and 2, Herbert. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he is going to have the Chargers first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Back to throw here, Herbert. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. That took away his intended read and almost dared him to try to put his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Up the middle with Eckler. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's another Chargers first down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Here's Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. Touchdown, Chargers! Austin Eckler on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chargers are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And we've got a tie game here, a back-and-forth first half. And how about this decision? Tie game, first half, but here's an onside kick. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And a second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. 43 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. He has just eclipsed the 13,000-yard mark for his career. What a career it's been. Incredible running the football. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Mixon will take this one in for a Vegas touchdown. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Charger drive about to get going. Right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. We haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to see all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Chargers, first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
28-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
From just shy of midfield, Herbert. Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
And that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
After the incompletion, here now, third and 2. Now it's Herbert. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a second and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1.
Play action. It's Herbert. And that's into the hands of Eckler. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
First and 10 at the 23-yard
On first down, Justin Herbert. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. Blankenship's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you to our EA studios in Orlando. Here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. With the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their fourth possession. Touchdowns on their first three possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Joe Mixon with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
The kick is good.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
24.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially. But you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that leads into bigger errors.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
A handoff, it's Eckler. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9. Herbert got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And a quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a first down. This is a counter play. Eckler. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. Room here to run. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half, and for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Murray now to throw. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Here's a run with Mixon. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Raiders get another 3rd-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
His kick is good.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25.
24.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here? Maybe
on Herbert, his third interception. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Murray. Trying to lay one up deep. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on him, but he couldn't seal the deal.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on third down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Taking it about the 16. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's plagued them is the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Herbert. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, you never want to get stopped so soundly during this series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Anthony Schwartz, 50 yards. And the Raiders just continue to roll. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Chargers 24.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in their own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They're going to run this with a tight end. And not a whole lot doing there, as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker.
A gain of 6 yards.
On 4th down, Herbert. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here's Herbert. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Herbert. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. It'll be a gain of just a yard. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Chargers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group. This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Chargers 24.
Murray now on 1st down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Marcus Davenport. It'll go as a loss in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. Now Murray. That's into a crowd, and it is. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers, but instead they'll keep the possession on the INT. The Charger drive about to get going. After the turnover, here's Herbert. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Herbert now. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Yeah, he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one's going to fall incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted.
And my goodness, another interception. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. 151 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out it.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Joe Mixon, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They started on the ground with Eckler. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. They'll roll him out right. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. And Herbert able to get this one to Eckler out of the backfield. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 23 yards on the play. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Herbert on the screen. This is Eckler. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 18. A gain there of 21 yards. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Raiders pick it up. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. So now our referee looking at the sideline saying, are you sure? But yes, this defense has accepted the penalty. So that means they will not take possession on the fumble recovery. Well, not sure why in the world you do that, but that is apparently the decision. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Las Vegas.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Once again, they run with Mixon. 178 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
He was brought down by Kyle Hamilton. A loss of a yard.
Murray's going to look to throw this thing.
At the Chargers' 36-yard line.
His throw incomplete. Up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion. I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 15-yard line. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards to play. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is.